I left the city, I've been browsing. Treading water that they drowning. I head on the swivel, yeah. It's only really my surroundings. They keep it all the way 1,000.
Hey everybody, it's Zach KK Zach's Reviews. We are back again with another video. And guys, this was episode 13, the finale of Stargirl. I cannot believe we got to the finale of Stargirl, Amy. It's so much. It's it's insane.
Okay, I just want to I know this is the very end of the episode, but I really just want to talk about it really bad right now.
Alright, yeah, I mean, we're going to be jumping around, guys. So again, if you're new to the channel, we usually talk just spoilers about what happened through the episode. We really don't have time to talk, bounce around it because these are very centric shows where you gotta kind of talk spoilers. Yeah. And that's what we do around here on this channel about an episode and stuff. Hence it's a spoiler review. So if you haven't seen it, go watch the finale of Stargirl season 2 and then come back here and watch this video. Yeah. But yeah, Annie, you gotta talk about the moment that you wanted to talk about, which I'm happy you were right on this. So.
Oh my god, I have not been right on any theories I've had this season at all, none. But at the end, Cindy wants to join the JSA, and I have been saying for so long that she's gonna want to join. I
loved that. I loved that moment where she literally walks to Yolanda and says, you know, you got a pass for what you did, Yeah. And I should get a pass too. I mean, I should get forgiven too. And I love that. It's true because, again, people make mistakes.
Yeah.
And, again, we see good in Cindy. We've seen it. We've seen little, pieces here and there of her being good. And, if anything, her stepping up to the plate to fight Eclipso for this finale really showed how much she's grown, especially since she ends up calling the what are they called when they're not, sports master and Tigress. They're called the, what's their name?
Crooks?
The Cooks or whatever, or the Crooks. Yeah, the Crooks. She called them, and Artemis broke,
Tigress and sports master out of jail.
Which I loved that. I loved how she called them for backup, and they were willing to help. It's like all the villains were willing to help, and I love that. Everybody has good, and that's what we learned from this episode, is everybody has good as everybody has bad within themselves, and I love that.
There's 2 parts
Great
that
message.
I don't talk about that I think are funny.
Yeah.
So one part was kiss my shiny metal ass.
Kiss my big shiny metal ass. I was dead, and he dabbed on him, and then he said, I love how, what was the dude that says Dugan? Dugan is, what's his name? Zeke. I love how Zeke said, he said, press that yellow button and cut that mother in half. I was like, you see Mike hit the yellow button, the big chainsaw hand comes out, and he just goes, Arr. I thought that was so funny. I told you guys, that was my theory, that Mike was going to be in the suit, and I was correct. I'm so happy about that. I was correct. I'm like, Mike's going to be in that suit, it's going to happen. And when they were like, when Zeke's like, we don't have a part, I have good news and bad news. The good news is whatever, the suit will be fine, but the bad news is that we need a part to make it work. And I was like, just ask the Thunderbolt and conjure up the part you need, because he is like a genie. And I was correct. It ended up happening. He said, good thing you made the Thunderbolt conjure up that missing piece you needed or whatever. And I love how he's just eating all the Chinese food that the Thunderbolt brought back. I loved that. I just loved it. It was so good. Seeing Jakeem work with Mike and stepping up to the plate as well. I'm excited to see more of Jakeem, and, they're talking about them being, since Courtney has her JSA thing, I like how Mike is like, why don't we do our own thing? Yeah. I'm thinking that could be a spin-off later down the line if they want to do that, and I'd be okay with that. If they did a spin-off with them, I think that'd be sick. And I'm just loving that, the Crooks moved next door, and that was kind of like the ending, where, Courtney's like, oh, fuck!
She's like, what the f-?
Yeah, I love that.
You saw it before she did that for her.
And it said Stargirl, what was it called? Frenemies.
Yeah.
Stargirl Frenemies or something. And I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. And it's coming 2022. I love that.
We have Stargirl Summer School, and then in 2022 we have Stargirl Frenemies.
Yeah, it's called Frenemies, right? Yeah. I love that. I'm excited. And we get a hint to the new villain that, is the one that's keeping Jade's brother in that place or whatever. That one girl we saw earlier in the episodes. Yeah. And she's we got a glimpse at the new villain. He has a weird skull face. I'm just excited. He's like, heroes and enemies living together in Blue Valley. Maybe we should, take a stroll there. We should go there. I'm just like, he's gonna cause so much trouble.
Because Lavera's in Nebraska, so this takes her to Nebraska.
Yeah, I love that. I'm excited that we got a hint at the villain. I'm excited that we know what the title is gonna be of 2022 of Stargirl frenemies of 2022, and we're getting new episodes in 2022. I'm just so excited.
Also,
Awesome. So many cool things happened in this episode.
Also, Sylvester came back.
I'm like, I told you that was gonna happen. I said that. I'm like, he's gonna come probably in the next episode. I was like, I don't want it to be the cliffhanger him again. I'm like, he's definitely gonna be in the next episode, and he's gonna stop. I said he's going to pop up and either show Courtney how to use the staff, and essentially he kind of did. He said that. I love how when Eclipso takes over Courtney, he's like, I'm the only one that can use the staff. I control light and the dark. I'm the only one that can use this. And he said, maybe not the only one, maybe two. I love that. That was such a cool sequence to see them both float in the air, and he's like, you can fight it. If the staff chose you for a reason, I love that. And I told you guys that my theory was that he was gonna like show her tell her that she is the light, tell her it chose her for a reason. And I was correct, guys. I'm so here with the writers, like, the way they're thinking, I'm right there with them. Like, I got it, bro. I said the same thing that happened on there. I was like, there's no freaking way. I was flipping out. That was such a cool entrance for him. Everybody's reaction when he showed up. And I love how, again, Courtney was afraid, that the staff, like, when Sylvester touched the staff, that she was afraid, me and the staff felt something that, I guess, felt something, meaning that she was afraid Sylvester came back for the staff. And that was what I was telling everybody about, saying, I feel like there's going to be a thing if he is going to be the cliffhanger in the next season, that would be like, oh, will he take the staff or will he teach her how to use it? And I was actually correct with one of them. He doesn't want the staff. He doesn't want it. He wants to teach her.
Yeah, he wants Courtney.
I love that. And I'm hoping we see that more next season, which we might, because he's living with them, with Barb and all of them in the basement. And I'm loving that because I'm excited to see what he's going to be teaching her, because he's like, he's like, this is like, do you want me to teach you what else the staff can do? And I love how Pat's like, after summer school, and we end off like on the last day of summer school, which I'm excited to see what he'll teach her, what the cool things with the staff, because that's going to be awesome to see next season, and see how he's still alive. He's going to explain that probably next season as well. There's a lot of cool things going on. But what else did you like about this episode, Annie?
I have ground to love Dr. Midnight, just because
Dr. Midnight is cool.
Beth, he like Barb told Dr. Midnight he could stay with them.
Yeah.
There's plenty of room. He said, I need it for my wife, and
yeah, he needs to find his wife.
Beth said,
I'm shocked she's still alive. I'm just putting that out there. I thought she died.
He found her in India, or
Indiana, I think, yeah.
Yeah, Indiana. And I guess she was pregnant when he died. Yeah. So he was a 10-year-old son. Yeah, which, and she's like, what are we going to do if we need another Dr. Midnight? And he said, you have one. And I love that. He's like, it's a passing of the torch, and I love that. That was really sick to see that. I think he'll make probably appearances coming back once in a while. Maybe I could see him maybe guest starring back on. Because Sylvester doesn't.
Exactly. And I mean, and also Shade being alive, that was cool. When I love how Dr. Midnight was like, whoa, wait, what happened to you dying in the auditorium or whatever? He's like, oh, you don't have a thing for, the dramatic or whatever. And he's like, oh, see you outside. I love that. That was so cool.
I was so mad.
I'm loving Shade.
I was so sad, but I know it's not true.
What?
The whole, with Grundy.
I was flipping. I said, oh my God, he just killed Grundy. That really made me sad, but it was really cool seeing when Rick said, because Cameron was talking about this on his Instagram Live, on the Stargirl Instagram page, about, someone asked him about
taking over.
Yeah, someone asked him about, like, will we ever see the hourglass be more than an hour? Because that happens in the comics.
And he said, and then Eclipso said to him, you don't have strength. I have strength that might last more than an hour. Yeah,
I have strength that lasts more than an hour. I was like, that's so clever.
I was thinking him, and then Grundy shows up.
Yeah, seriously, that was sick. I was thinking when you said I have strength that lasts more than an hour, I was like, okay, he's probably talking about himself. Like he has strength within himself. But it was Grundy. I was not prepared to see Grundy come in and do that. He was beating the crap out of Eclipso, and I thought that was funny. But when he did a mega beam and turned Grundy into a donut, I said, oh shit. I said, he's dead. And then that's when, Rick comes running in and gets socked across the street. Yeah. And, he was out like a light, literally. And
Yolanda gets thrown.
The fight between Yolanda and the hallucinated Wildcat was sick. when she was fighting, Ted Grant. That was such a cool fight. And when Pat was fighting himself, that was cool too. We gotta talk about that.
When Cindy was fighting herself.
That was when her younger self did the kip up.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god! I was like, she's gonna. Dude, but we gotta talk about Cindy and Courtney putting it, like, beating down Eclipso, working, like, using the staff with each other. That was sick as crap. That was sick as crap. When they were using the staff, and she's like, oh yeah, and then like that. I was like, oh, okay, I see you. I was like, let's go. I love those moments in the show.
So, Courtney has over two people would work with this on like, well, three, I would say, on the staff.
Since it was with her, I would say that's why it works, because she was still holding it, and they were like doing like that.
So she had Yolanda help her with the staff.
I loved that.
She had Cindy help with the staff. She had Yolanda help with the staff.
I loved that. That was so cool.
My favorite part was when they all came together, and I loved how Sportsmaster and Tiger came back. I love Sportsmaster.
That was such a cool moment.
He is one of him, Brainwave, and Icicle are my favorite villains.
I love that pan shot of all them, like, all surrounding Eclipso. That reminded me so much of Avengers 1, where they're all surrounding Loki in Avengers Tower. I love that, but I love how, like, when they're like, oh, I like how, who said it? But everybody that has light, use it now. Or Shade said that. Anybody that has light, use it now. Jade. Courtney and Sylvester.
And the Thunderbolt.
I was like, I told everybody that was what was going to happen. I said, the light is what's going to, I said, Jade and Courtney are going to be the ones that take him out everybody else. And I was right. I was right.
Jakeem said the Thunderbolt.
And I had the Thunderbolt too.
Made this guy the toast. And he literally made a
burnt piece of toast. And he's like, what should we do with that? Rick's like, hide it somewhere. And I thought that was funny. I was like, damn, if Grundy was still alive, he could eat that piece of toast.
Grundy is alive though.
But he is alive. We end up finding that at the end of this episode.
Shay told Cameron, if you bury him in the right place, he has the power to come back.
Yeah, he ends up coming back, and I love that.
And I love Grundy, so I'm excited.
I am just loving. You guys set up an even greater season next year. They set up an even greater season. Like, you guys are geniuses. Like, I just can't get over it. You guys have a cool season where, like, we have, oh god, it's just a cool concept, literally.
Hello? Mom. You called me. I said hello. I told her. Alright, bye.
Sorry about that, guys. Our sister was supposed to go down and take her pills and stuff.
And she hasn't.
You can text her again if you want to. But guys, I cannot believe they set up an even greater season for next season. Like, literally, an even greater season. Like, think about this. We now have the villains that are, like, not villains anymore. They are, but they're not. They're, like, I love that. I love it. And it's the question about, like, Courtney said it best when she's like, Eclipso was, he was dumb because he didn't realize that, even bad people have good in them as well. And that's the one thing he never understood. And I love that. That's such a good way to put it, because even good people have some bad in them, and even bad people have some good in them. And it's so true. And it's a great message, and I love that. I love this show so much. There's so much great life lessons you can learn from this show, and there's just such great storytelling in this show. And I couldn't believe it. That was just cool to me that, like, they're setting up a great season for next year. Mm-hmm. Season 3 is going to be a blast. Like,
I'm so excited.
There's so many things that could be going on. Like, you have the crooks as their neighbors. You have Sylvester living in the basement. We're going to find out more about what he'll do in his life, or where he'll go going forward, or how he came back to life. And, like, we have Shay staying in Blue Valley. So we have some really big, heavy hitters along with the JSA. And we have a new member to the JSA. 2 new members. Or actually 3 technically, because I know Jade's technically an automatic, like, member of the JSA. Mm-hmm. Cindy's a new member now. Yeah. And now we have...
Cindy told Yolanda if she's not on board, Courtney's gonna say no. But if Yolanda is on board, Courtney
I think Courtney would say yes, even if Yolanda, like, didn't say anything. I think Courtney would be fine.
And I'm glad Yolanda's back for good.
I am too. So, like, technically, actually, since now we have Mike technically officially a member. Mm-hmm. So we have Mike, Cindy,
Yolanda's back.
Yeah.
We have
Jakeem.
We have Jade. We have Artemis,
Tigress, Sportsmaster, Shade, Grundy.
Grundy, we have all that.
Yeah. And we have Sylvester,
Pat.
Because you have all these members now in Blue Valley, except Jade, she's not, of course, and of course, the other Dr. McNider is not in Blue Valley, but you still have big numbers, heavy hitters to take down this villain that's coming.
Yeah, Jade
and I'm super excited.
Dr. McNider was his wife and his son.
But we have a big problem. We don't know what this new villain is going to do to Cameron. Because Cameron now knows that...
His dad's icicle.
His dad, I think he's going to know... I think that was like a hint that, oh my god, because he probably knows of Icicle. Because it's kind of hard, like, everything that happened, he probably saw Icicle. And realized, oh my god, they'll explain that was my dad or whatever. But he looked frightened when he saw that ice breath. He looked scared almost. So and all this is a confirmation that's actually Jordan's parents. I was asking that a while ago in another video, like I don't know where the icicle powers came from, but it's actually Jordan's parents that's where he got it from.
His grandparents have it. They have Jordan gave it to Cameron.
And I'm excited to see where that goes. I'm hoping Cameron can can become a part of the JSA, but those grandparents are going to somehow manipulate him, making that sound like they did something wrong. Exactly. But I'm hoping because Cindy can't try to help him at all, because think about it, like Cindy almost tried to by saying, sorry, I heard about your father, and remember how angry he got. Mm-hmm. I don't think he can be saved honestly, because he's going down a spiral where he looks like he just, I don't know, that might be the one person they can't save.
But I think...
But there is a chance, because Courtney, I feel like she's so good that she can change anybody.
Speaking of Courtney...
Hence Cindy, and hence everybody else.
Speaking of Courtney,
and Pat makes a...
Brett took over the account today.
Yeah.
And she was saying she loves working with Magda Lacey, who plays Cindy/Chip. She loves working with her.
Yeah. And she said she loves the wire work with the staff
and everything.
The staff, yeah. I was cool. I sent in a thing. She wasn't able to read it in time because she had to go and all that. But, if you ended up watching this, I love the show. You're awesome. Keep killing it. Keep doing you. You have just a great show on your hands. Like, I can't believe 2 great seasons.
Yeah.
And we're on to a 3rd great season. Let's go. Yeah. Let's go. I'm super excited. We need to get some Stargirl merch. I need to make some on my merch line.
No, we forgot to do today.
What?
We forgot to do our Instagram Live.
Oh, yeah, you're right. We wanted to do an Instagram Live. I forgot. I was out with my friend a little bit earlier, but... Yeah, and
then our sister came over.
But we need to get Stargirl merch. Hopefully they have it by now, because it's like, we're in 2 seasons now. They should have some Stargirl merch. If not, I'll make some Stargirl merch and put it up on the channel. Some designs up. But I just cannot process how great, this was just such a great finale. It was so great. I'm thinking also Pat might not be in that suit anymore, because it looks like Mike is now taking over that, because Mike even says to Jakeem, saying, Dad's going to be looking after me for a little bit, helping me learn the ropes of the suit, and then hopefully I'll be have my my full license to use it whenever I want by the end of the summer. Which, as we know, that was that. Technically, that made no sense because it was the last day of summer. Actually, I guess the last day of summer school is technically in summer. Yeah. So I guess, I don't know, I guess it actually doesn't make sense. But I'm just excited to see what's going to happen next season. I mean, we already have an idea of the new villain, of the name of the next season, and when it's going to be.
We don't name the new villain thing.
We don't know. Yeah, we technically don't know his name, really. We know I bet you people can give me an idea on what his name is, because he's probably a villain in the comic books. So if you guys know who that is, let me know down in the comments below who that new villain is. He looks like a badass. He looks like he's going to do some damage. It was disturbing when I saw just a skull. And it was like skinned over. It looked gross. I was like, ew.
I think to me it looked like Darth Maul.
He kind of looks like Ghost Rider, but if Ghost Rider had like a weird oily skin over his thing, you know what I mean? That's what it looked like. And I'm curious to know if that's an actual villain in the comics. It probably is. But I'm just excited to see where next season goes. I just say this was a great finale. I can't wait. Also, I'm wondering if Rick will will fix the hourglass, because it looked like he kind of did, but when he flipped it over, that sand went yeet down right away. It was no slow, went just yeet. So I'm hoping by next season he'll come up with the hourglass where it's like he has unlimited time to do whatever. Yeah. I'm hoping, but it should be interesting to see next year. But Annie, do you have anything else to say about this finale of Stargirl?
It was good. I'm done.
I'm excited. Guys, again, if you guys see this, share this with the cast, the crew, everybody involved with Stargirl. Share this to them. I want them to know that this show is awesome. I want them to know that we love this show, and that we're big fans of the show, and that we will keep supporting this show, and we will keep making episode by episode reviews of this show because how good it is. And I just want them to know that they killed another damn good season, and I cannot wait to see them all again in season 3. I cannot wait to see you guys. For everybody that just watches our Stargirl reviews, I cannot wait to see you guys next season, next year, for the next season of Stargirl again. I cannot wait to see you guys again. I cannot wait to talk to you guys again. Again, hopefully you guys stick around and watch all my other videos and just stick around to the family on the channel, because we will be back next year for episode reviews of Stargirl.
Like, subscribe, and turn on
notifications.
And get to 400 for the
almost 400 subscribers, guys. That is the goal. So I would love it again if you subscribe to the channel, put on those notifications, and like this video. Come join this family on this channel. We're all about spreading love, positivity, and motivation.
Negativity out the door. Yeah,
all the negativity leave out the door. This is a positivity party, literally, and I cannot wait to hear what you guys thought about this finale. I just thought it was great. But guys, that was the video. We hope everybody has a great day, a safe day. We'll see you guys next year for Stargirl season 3. So peace.